center of Egypt was the Nile River. Nile was very gentle and it was also the predictable river. The regions were surrounded by natural barriers, so that the only way to get to the Egyptian civilization was by the sea. Ancient Egypt was one of the greatest and most powerful civilizations in the history of the world.
Egypt is during the Old Middle and New Kingdoms. During this three periods of stability and unity, the ancient Egyptian leaders, known as pharaohs, had many great accomplishments during the Old Kingdom. Pharaohs set up a central government and built great tombs for themselves. In the Middle Kingdom, great achievements in literature, art, and architecture were made. The New Kingdom, also known as Egypt's Golden Age, was a time of stability and peace during all three periods. Pharaohs held supreme power. They were the kings, military generals, and religious leaders of the land. They were in charge of everything. Pharaoh Khufu ruled from 2551 to 2578. He is responsible for the Great Pyramid at Giza. Not too much is known about Pharaoh Khufu. There are contradictory stories about his reign. It is generally accepted that Khufu helped establish the pharaoh as the person in charge in ancient Egypt. Much like pharaohs had followed him, Khufu declared himself a god. Khufu was responsible for building the Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the wonders of the world. The Great Pyramid would be Khufu's final place as his soul entered the afterlife. It took more than 2 million stone blocks and more than 20 years to complete.
Pharaoh Senusret I ruled from 1971 to 1926 BCE. Art, literature, and architecture flourished during his reign since the pharaoh controlled gold, copper, and jade mines. Crafts people thrived with abundant resources. Jewelry was made with these precious metals, and James and your threads also built and improved many temples, shrines, and religious monuments across the Egyptian civilization. The Whitechapel is a prime example of his religious architectural achievements. The craftsmanship is evident in the detailed carving all throughout the temple. Unfortunately, later, Pharaoh took the Whitechapel apart to use in his own monument. Archaeologists discovered the pieces of the Whitechapel and reconstructed.
Pharaoh Hatshepsut ruled from 1473 to 1458 BCE. She was Egypt's first female ruler. She demanded the same respect as a male ruler. As pharaoh, she promoted trade with other countries. Her biggest trade expedition was to the African kingdom of Punt, which brought exotic goods. Hatshepsut's monument was built into a cave above the Nile River. The entrance of this magnificent monument was graced by 200 Sphinx statues inside the temple. The walls were decorated with carving that detailed screen from Hatshepsut. The pharaoh Ramses II ruled from 1292 to 1224 BEC. This pharaoh was nicknamed Ramses the Great for nothing. He was one of the important rulers in Egyptian story. Here is Ramses. By the number, he was made captain in the Egyptian army at age 10. He ruled for more than 60 years. He has more than 100 wives and more than 100 children. He also had hundreds of statues of himself erected all over Egypt. Ramses is also of the better preserved mummy ever discovered. There of the better preserved mummy ever discovered. There have been about 170 pharaohs to rule ancient Egypt. Here are a few notable readers. Mini is considered the first because he united Upper and Lower Egypt and founded the first dynasty. Cleopatra, the seventh, considered the last shortly after her reign. Egypt became a province of the Roman Empire king. Natkamon N was the youngest. He is possibly the best known pharaoh today because his tomb was nearly intact. When discovered, Akhenaten is known for turning ancient Egypt into a monotheistic religion. It returned to polytheistic soon after his death.